Power 365 Radio, broadcasting from the city of Ibadan. Follow us for top-notch news and entertainment updates. Don't miss a thing. So, pick up your phone and follow us on Facebook at Power 365 FM, Instagram at Power365_FM. Power 365 Radio, your number one online Southwest radio. This is Power 365 Radio. Get ready to experience dynamic energy and professionalism. At Power 365 Radio, we pride ourselves on being your go-to source for authentic news and insight. Be it breaking news, thought-provoking discussions, we are your number one online radio station in Southwest Nigeria. We are dedicated to delivering top-notch content that keeps you informed, entertained, and engaged. Stay connected on Power 365 Radio by following us on all our social media platforms. On Facebook at Power 365 FM, Instagram at Power 365_FM. Power 365 Radio, your source for news and insight.
The transfer market ends, or let me say the transfer market closed or closes in the next 10 hours, or let me say under 10 hours. Transfer market, I mean the deadline day will conclude around 11 p.m. All right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's Sport R coming to you live from the studio of Power 365 FM. My name is James Oluwadurotimi Aremu, and today together we'll be talking about two things. Talking about the deadline transfer event as it goes on, and also the US Open that is currently going on at the Flushing Meadows. All right, let's start with the transfer news. Well, Southampton have completed the signing of Arsenal and England goalkeeper Aaron Ramsdale for £25 million. Well, the Saints will pay an initial £18 million for the former Sheffield United goalkeeper, with an extra £7 million in add-ons. The 26-year-old has signed a 4-year deal at St. Mary's, and the club have the option of extending his deal by a further 12 months. According to Aaron Ramsdale, says, "I'm absolutely delighted. The way the manager wants to play, the way he was when I spoke to him, he was just full of so much enthusiasm. I did never met him before, but he made me feel about 8 feet tall, which is just what you want." Ramsdale capped 5 times for England and was selected for Gareth Southgate's Euro 2024 squad. He made 89 appearances for Arsenal after a £26 million move to the Emirates Stadium from Sheffield United in 2021. Before he joined Southampton, Ramsdale had been linked to Wolverhampton Wanderers in the past. Well, Arsenal expect to complete a season-long loan move for Bournemouth goalkeeper Neto to replace Ramsdale as a backup goalkeeper for David Raya. Alright, Arsenal have reportedly been offered the chance to sign Raheem Sterling on loan from Chelsea. Sterling has been told he will not play if he stays at Chelsea by manager Enzo Maresca. According to ESPN, Arsenal have now been offered the England international as the Blues look to offload his £325,000 per week wages. Arsenal's Premier League rivals Manchester United have also been linked with a potential swap deal involving Jadon Sancho moving to Stamford Bridge and Sterling to Old Trafford. Meanwhile, Sterling worked with Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta during their time together at the Manchester City. Alright, Chelsea are reportedly edging closer to an agreement to sign Manchester United winger Jadon Sancho for their manager Enzo Maresca. Well, according to Sky Sports, further talks have seen the deal progress with both permanent and loan options on the table. Juventus have previously been leading the race to sign the England international. However, the Serie A side pulled out of a potential deal. Sancho spent last season on loan at Borussia Dortmund following his fallout with manager Erik ten Hag. He did not feature in Manchester United 2 Premier League games against Fulham and Brighton. Alright, Manchester United defender Reece Bennett has left the club to join Fleetwood Town on loan. The Red Devils disclosed this in a statement on their website ahead of their Premier League clash with Liverpool on Sunday. Best of luck, Reece. We will be following your progress closely, Manchester United statement partly reads. Bennett is expected to make his debut for Fleetwood on Saturday's game at AFC Wimbledon. The 20-year-old was included in Manchester United manager Erik ten Hag's preseason USA tour. Alright, Wolverhampton Wanderers have signed Crystal Palace goalkeeper Sam Johnstone for a reported fee of £10 million. The 31-year-old moves to Molineux Stadium on a 4-year contract after 2 seasons with the Eagles. This comes after Wolverhampton Wanderers were priced out of a move for Arsenal goalkeeper Aaron Ramsdale, who has now joined Southampton, having made a loan bid with an option to buy for around £20 million, in which Arsenal rejected the deal. Wolverhampton sporting director Matt Up said, "It's great for us to have a player with huge amount of Premier League experience and an international goalkeeper." Sam Johnstone spent 4 years playing for Wolverhampton Wanderers rivals West Brom. And was supposed to be on the bench for the Crystal Palace team after he was stripped of his number 1 jersey just before the campaign, with Dean Henderson now the number 1 choice for Oliver Glasner. Talking about the new boss at the Selhurst Park. Alright, quickly let's talk about Victor Osimhen. But before we talk about Victor Osimhen, let's talk about Ivan Toney. Brentford have accepted a bid in the region of £40 million for Ivan Toney from Saudi Pro League club Al Ahly. Sources close to the England forward say they believe the deal will go through and Toney will complete the transfer. Toney, just 28 years of age, has not played for Brentford so far this season, and manager Thomas Frank has already ruled him out of Saturday's game against Southampton. The Bees turned out a £35 million bid from Al Ahly before the start of the season, and Toney has also been linked with Chelsea in recent weeks. Napoli striker Victor Osimhen has also been linked with a big money move to Al Ahly, the same team. The Saudi transfer window does not close until the 2nd of September, so Tony's transfer does not have to be completed by the Premier League deadline of 11 p.m. tonight. However, Tony will be one of the most high-profile players to move to Saudi Arabia and will join the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo, Karim Benzema, and Neymar in the country. Fellow England international Jordan Henderson joined El Attifaq from Liverpool in July 2023 but left for Dutch club Ajax after 6 months. Alright, Victor Osimhen's future now hinges on his decision as Napoli has finalized the transfer agreement with Al Ahly. Alright. According to Fabrizio Romano, while posting breaking news on his ex-handle today, said club-to-club deal done for 75 to 80 million euro. But the total package, Al Ahly have already booked a medical. They added that a 4-year contract worth 25 to 30 million euro per season is on the table for Victor Osimhen, plus a release clause. The final green light is up to Victor. Chelsea have pursued the Nigerian international throughout the transfer window, but the player and the English side would not agree on personal terms. Osimhen and Napoli have reached an agreement for the player's departure, and the Italian side has already signed Romelu Lukaku from Chelsea. Alright, like I was saying earlier, or like I read earlier, Saudi Pro League Al Ahly is set to announce 2 deals for 2 players. I mean, these 2 players are actually the players Chelsea were hoping to sign this summer. Not the 2 together, but any of them. But after reaching a total agreement with Victor Osimhen and Napoli, the Saudi giant have total agreement with Ivan Toney and his agent. 3-year deal in place. That was according to Fabrizio Romano. Chelsea were said to have been hoping to bring in Toney as an option if they failed to secure the services of Nigerian international Victor Osimhen. Now it appears the Premier League giant are losing out on both strikers. According to the report that Romano posted, medical test also booked for English striker and 14 million to Brentford. However, Romano added that Al Ahly still no green light from Al Ahly still no green light from Victor Osimhen, despite the club-to-club deal done with Napoli. El Equipe reported that Al Ahly have also agreed a deal with Brentford for Ivan Toney worth 42 million euros. Toney has already accepted as Al Ahly want Osimhen to make a final decision as soon as possible. Although the Pro League giant agreed on both Osimhen and Toney deals, there is no green light from the Nigerian international yet. And there is another news emanating from Saudi Football Group just before I entered the studio that it's not possible and it's not likely for Al Ahly to bring in both Ivan Toney and Victor Osimhen. They will rather sign one, and probably as Osimhen is waiting for Chelsea. Al Ahly might be waiting for Osimhen too as well. Probably if Osimhen does not work, or if Osimhen teams up with Chelsea, then they will go for Ivan Toney. Let's see how that plays out after 11 p.m. Arsenal Football Club are interested in signing 23-year-old winger Anthony Gordon for their manager Mikel Arteta. Arsenal Sporting Director Edu Gaspar is a big admirer of Gordon, with the Gunners desperate to bring in a new winger before the transfer deadline day tonight. According to reports in the Daily Mail, although there is a catch because Gordon is set to stay at Newcastle United this summer amid talks over a new deal. That means the Premier League North London club won't launch a bid before the summer transfer window closes tonight and will instead focus on signing the England international in 12 months. Gordon has massively impressed at Newcastle United since joining the club from Everton in January 2023. He netted 11 goals and provided 10 assists across 35 Premier League games for Newcastle United last season. Alright, Arsenal. Okay, we've talked about Arsenal having a chance to sign Raheem Sterling. Alright, it's official. It's been confirmed that French club Marseille have signed Everton forward Neil Maupay on a season-long loan deal with an obligation to buy the forward in 2025. The 28-year-old joined Everton in 2022 from Brighton and scored once in 32 appearances for the Toffees. The Frenchman spent last season on loan at former club Brentford, where he scored 8 times in 31 games. Neil Maupay was entering the final year of his deal at Goodison Park. Alright, the Frenchman spent last season on loan at former club Brentford, where he scored 8 times in 31 games. Maupay was entering the final year of his deal at Goodison Park and had not featured in either of Everton's first 2 Premier League matches this season. The move sees Maupay join former Brighton boss Roberto Di Zerbi in France. The club have also signed Mason Greenwood and Pierre Ochbach this summer, Pierre Emile Ochbie this summer. Everton have signed Jake O'Brien, Yolima Ndiaye, and Tim Hiro Egbunem in this summer transfer window. The Toffees are hopeful of completing a loan deal for Lyon midfielder Aurier Mangala, just 26 years of age, before the window closes. Alright, moving on. Let's not forget at 11 p.m. tonight, the transfer window is going to end. And so far so good. Like I promised, I'm going to give you the latest transfer news as it comes in. We're talking about 2 players have been signed so far on the transfer deadline day. I'm talking about today. So far today, well, around 10:25 a.m. this morning, Crystal Palace, Wolverhampton Wanderers confirmed the signature of Sam Johnstone, like they've signed him from Crystal Palace for a reported £10 million. Around 12:45, Southampton confirmed the arrival of Aaron Ramsdale from Arsenal for £17 million. Those are the arrivals, and the only player that departed England today was Neil Maupay around 10 a.m. this morning. Neil Maupay joined Marseille from Everton on loan. So far, so good today. So let's see what happens before I leave the studio. Alright, Bundesliga club Augsburg are interested in signing Brentford star Frank Onyeka. Onyeka, according to reports, is already in advanced talk with Jess Stockrop's side. Brentford are, however, only willing to sanction a loan without buy option for the player. The 26-year-old has expressed his desire to leave the Bees for a regular playing time. The Nigerian international struggled to break into Brentford first team last season. The defensive midfielder has also started the London club opening 2 games of the season on the bench. He had 3 years remaining on his contract with Brentford, but we wish and hope he finds a better team where he can be playing regularly. Alright, Arsenal are set to drag Manchester United to court over the transfer of young star Chido Obi-Martin. Football journalist Christopher Michael reports that Arsenal feels that Obi-Martin, a promising youngster in the Gunners Academy, has joined the Red Devils in the right manner. He scored 32 goals and provided 3 assists in 24 games for Arsenal under 18 team last year. However, he was available for free as his contract with Gunners had already expired and Manchester United took interest. The Athletic had reported earlier that Manchester United needed to pay the Gunners a fee due to the player's age. The 19-year-old's transfer also had to go through the Premier League's ratification process. The two clubs expected to conclude a deal without having to go through a judicial process, but that's not the case at the moment. According to what Michael Rhodes says, although Chido Obi Martin's contract at Arsenal has expired, I heard that Manchester United Football Club can't just sign him on a free transfer. Very complicated. He is therefore only training individually and has not yet been presented. Possibly this will go before a court. Okay, moving on. Quickly, before we get back to the football scene, before we come back to football, let's talk about other sports. Alright, talking about other sports. WBC Breatherweight World Champion Lawrence Okole believes Anthony Joshua's performance will likely determine the outcome of his next month's IBF heavyweight title clash with Daniel Dubois. According to the Nigerian-born British pugilist, who has paired with both fighters, Joshua's consistency will be key to winning the bout. Joshua will battle Dubois for the IBF heavyweight title on the 21st of September at Wembley Stadium in a potentially explosive showdown that is occasioned by Alexander Usyk vacating the title following his victories over Joshua and Dubois due to a mandatory rematch with Tyson Fury. Daniel Dubois, who recently claimed the title by defeating Filip Egovic, will defend his belt against Joshua in what will be a high-stakes showdown. In his analysis, Okole praised both fighters' abilities, but emphasized that Joshua's consistency will be the deciding factor. Okole highlighted two critical moments in Dubois' career: his stoppage loss to Joe Joyce and his to move towards victory over Kevin Lerena. Against Lerena, Dubois was knocked down 3 times in the opening round before eventually winning, while he suffered a eye socket injury that led to him taking a knee in the Joyce bout. The upcoming fight is expected to draw massive attention, with Saudi Arabia's General Entertainment Authority seeking to increase the capacity at Wembley Stadium due to high ticket demand. The fight, part of Saudi Arabia's Riyadh season, aims to set record for the largest boxing attendance at Wembley, surpassing the previous record of 94,000 that was set during Tyson Fury's 2022 victory over Dillian Whyte. Alright, quickly let's talk about the US Open. Talking about the US Open, my God, my word. Third seed Carlos Alcaraz suffered a semi-6 second round exit at the US Open with a thumping defeat by unseeded Dutchman Botic van der Zandschulp. Alcaraz was bidding to become the third man in history after Rod Laver and Rafael Nadal to win the French Open, Wimbledon and US Open in the same calendar year in the Open era. But the Spaniard never recovered from a shaky start against world number 74 Van der Zandschulp, who triumphed 6-1, 7-5, 6-4 for the highest ranked win of his career. The defeat ends Alcaraz's 15-match winning run at Grand Slams. According to him, he says, "I think my level stayed at the same point all the match, and it wasn't enough to win the match to give myself the chance to get into the match or try to give myself chances. I didn't feel well hitting the ball. I think I made a lot of mistakes. When I wanted to come back, it was too late." This was according to Alcaraz. The 21-year-old made 27 unforced errors throughout the match, while Van de Zanskop made just 21. Alcaraz won silver at the Paris Olympics after losing to Novak Djokovic on the 4th of August, says he needed a longer break before going to Flushing Meadows. Earlier, world number 1 Yannick Sinner outclassed American Alex Michelsen 6-4, 6-0, 6-2 for his 50th victory of the year. Australia Open champion Yannick Sinner is playing at his first tournament since it emerged. He has been declared of any wrongdoing after twice testing positive for a banned substance earlier this year. Alright, two-time champion talking about Naomi Osaka said it feels like her heart dies every time she lost after a US Open comeback ended in a second round defeat by Karolina Muchova. Japan Naomi Osaka, who won the title in 2018 and 2020, missed last year's tournament after giving birth to her daughter, Shai. The 26-year-old claimed her first top 10 victory in over 4 years when she beat Jelena Ostapenko in the first round. However, she could not topple Czech Republic tennis player talking about Karolina Muchova, losing 6-3, 7-6, 7-5 after scoring 3 set points to force a decider. Osaka, who also won the Australia Open in 2019 and 2021, spoke before the US Open about not feeling like she deserved in her body as a return from maternity leave. She returned to the WTA Tour in January, but has not gone beyond the quarterfinals of any event, losing in the second round of Wimbledon and in the French Open this year, while she fell at the last hurdle at the Australia Open. Alright, still talking about the US Open. Top seed Iga Swiatek breezed into third round of the US Open with an emphatic win over Japanese qualifier Ena Shibahara. The 5-time major winner dropped just one game against Shibahara, who managed to hold serve early in the second set to avoid a dreaded double budget. Swiatek, just 23 years of age, didn't face a single break point as she wrapped up the 6-0, 6-1 victory in 65 minutes. Former Wimbledon champion Elena Rybakina withdrew from her second round match against France Jessica Ponche because of injuries, and did the number 143 a walkover. Ponche will face two-time runners-up Carolina Wozniacki after the Dane overcame injury struggles to beat Mexico's Renata Zarazua 6-3, 6-3. Earlier before then, Italy 5th seed Jasmine Paolini progressed after Karolina Pliskova retired just 3 points into their second round encounter. The 2016 runner-up was 30-15 down in the first game when she put up injured. Czech Republic tennis player Karolina Pliskova requested medical treatment for her foot, but was unable to continue and leaped off out of the Louis Armstrong Stadium. Paolini, a finalist at this year's French Open, and Wimbledon will face Kazakhstan Yulia Putintseva next. Alright, Britain's Dan Evans backed up his first round marathon match at the US Open with a straight set victory over Argentina's Mariano Navon. Evans played the longest match in the US Open history on Tuesday when he defeated Russia's Karen Khachanov in 5 hours and 35 minutes. The 34-year-old followed that up 48 hours later with a more convincing 6-4, 6-3, 6-3 win against Navon, the world number 36, to reach the third round. Earlier on Thursday, the British women's number 1 Katie Potter suffered a horrendous defeat by Jessica Bozas Menero, while Jack Draper claimed a comfortable victory over Argentina's Facundo Diaz Acosta. Bota, the 34th seed, started strongly in the opening set, but ultimately fell to a 7-5 loss against Spain's Bozas Menero, who was ranked 74th. British men's number 1, Jack Draper, meanwhile moved seamlessly into the third round with a 6-4, 6-2, 6-2 success. They will face Botic, talking about Botic van der Zandschulp, who stunned the third seed, and title contender Carlos Alcaraz. Alright, Novak Djokovic continued his bid for a record 25th Grand Slam singles title when he faces Australian's Alexei Popyrin in the third round at the US Open on Friday, which is today. The Serb, just 7 years of age, is tied with Margaret Court on 24 major singles titles as he plays the 28th seed in the evening session. Defending champion Djokovic and Alexei Popyrin are meeting for the third time at the Grand Slam this year, with the Serb winning in 4th set at the Australia Open and Wimbledon. But Djokovic reached the third round after compatriot Laszlo Djere retired, looking uncomfortable in their second round tie, while Popyrin, just 25 years of age, beat Spanish tennis player Pedro Martinez in straight set. Alright, in the women's draw, America third seed Coco Gauff continues defense of her title against Ukrainian's Elena Svitolina on Otto Ashe Court from 5 p.m. Coco Gauff, just 20 years of age, defeated Germany's Tijana Maria in straight set to set up meeting with 27 seed Svitolina, who breezed past compatriot Elena Kalinina 6-1, 6-2. Coco Gauff's triumph was a 9th straight victory at the US Open, but faces a player in good form in former world number 3 Svitolina, who did not drop serve once in a victory against Kalinina. The tie marks the 5th meeting between the pair, with 2 wins apiece. Last on Otto Ashe Court, Belarusian second seed Aryna Sabalenka takes on Russian 29th seed Ekaterina Alexandrova. 2-time Australian Open champion Sabalenka will be hoping she can go one better after finishing as runner-up in New York last year, while Alexandrova is aiming to reach the 4th round at the Flushing Meadows for the first time. Now let me give you the latest result in the women's singles, talking about day 5 of the US Open, where as I speak to you, that game, second round between Karolina Wozniacki and Renata Zarazua has ended, with Wozniacki beating Zarazua in 3 straight sets, 6-3, 6-3 in Louis Armstrong Stadium, at the Otto Ashe Stadium. Okay, we've talked about Naomi Osaka already. Okay, around 4 p.m. today, Elena Gabriela Rus and Paula Badosa will square up in the 3rd round. 4 p.m. again, Zhuang Zheng from China versus Julien Nemeng from Germany. 4 p.m. as well at the grandstand. Okay, at the Otto Ashe Stadium again at exactly 5 p.m. Elena Svitolina and Coco Gauff will battle it out, like I said earlier. At the grandstand again, Victoria Azarenka and Wang Yefang. Alright, in the men's singles, these are games that will go down today, 6:15 p.m. Ben Shelton from the US will face another compatriot, Francis Tiafoe. Ben Shelton versus Francis Tiafoe, both from US. Alright, another game that will go down the Louis Armstrong Stadium today at exactly 6:30. Francisco Omesana versus Taylor Fritz. Andrei Rublev will face Jiri Laeka at the grandstand, 6:30. Talon Grigspor will 12 with Grigor Dimitrov, 6:30 p.m. Alright, those are the latest fixtures of the US Open for both the men and the women singles that will go down this evening. Alright, quickly away from US Open, let's talk about Formula 1. Alright, talking about Formula 1. Alright, talking about Formula 1. Andrea Kimi Antonelli received a hug from Lewis Hamilton before he jumped in the Mercedes for his Formula 1 practice debut. And no doubt, the 7-time world champion will be straight over to the teenager to give him some words of encouragement following a disappointing first outing. Second practice will go green at 6 p.m. Where Andre Kimi Antonelli only lasted around 12 minutes of the opening hour because of his heavy crash at the final corner. Well, George Russell will take back the keys to the Mercedes for second practice. Well, top 10 in the practice, talking about Formula 1 practice, we have Max Verstappen leading the race, number 1. Charles Leclerc of Ferrari, 2nd. Lando Norris, McLaren, 3rd. Carlos Sainz, 4th, Ferrari. Valtteri Bottas of Sauber, 5th. Oscar Piastri, McLaren, 6th. Lewis Hamilton, Mercedes, 7th. Alex Albon, Williams, 8th. Sergio Perez, Red Bull, 9th. Fernando Alonso, 10th. Of Aston Martin. Alright, let's head back to football. Now, the Lukusin, former Super Eagles midfielder Sunday Umba, has shared his thought on the new handler of the team, Bruno Lambadia. Lambadia's appointment has come under scrutiny, with many questioning Nigeria Football Federation NFF decision to give him the job. The 58-year-old will be working in Africa for the first time. The former Bayern Munich striker will also be handling a national team for the first time. Umba, however, said it is important to give new coach time and support to see what he can do for the nation. Aqua United will trade tackle with Inyimba in a preseason friendly match in Uyo. The counter is bid for the training pitch of the Gospel Akpabio International Stadium on Saturday. Aqua United made the announcement on social media. The game is aimed at intensifying both clubs' preparation for the 2024-2025 season. Aqua United will take on Lobby Stars in their first game of the new season, while Inyimba will play newly promoted side Beyond Limits. The new NPL first season will kick-start tomorrow. Alright, quickly. The draw for this season Europa League has been completed. Fenerbahce manager Jose Mourinho will face his former club Manchester United. Like the Champions League, UEFA has revamped this season's competition, discarding the traditional group phase. Instead, teams will play 8 different opponents, 4 home, 4 away games in a league phase before the knockout in early 2025. Aside from a trip to face Mourinho's new side, Fenerbahce, Manchester United and Spurs will both play Rangers. The final of this season's Europa League will take place at St. Mamés be home to Athletic Bilbao in Spain on the 21st of May. That will be on Wednesday, 2025. Where Manchester United will face Rangers home, Porto away, PAOK home, Fenerbahce away, Bodo Glimt home, Victoria Pilsen away, Twente home, FCSB away. And for Tottenham, they will play Roma home, Rangers away, AZ Alkmaar home, Ferencváros away, Karabag home, Galatasaray away, Wolfsburg home, Hoffenheim away. Well, as for Tottenham will play Roma. Okay, we've talked about Tottenham. Okay. I think those are the two top fixtures you need to listen to. Alright, Liverpool manager and his slot reviews player that might not face. Liverpool manager and his slot has said he does not expect new signing Federico Chiesa to make his debut in Sunday's Premier League clash with Manchester United. The 26-year-old signed for the Reds on Thursday on a long-term deal from Juventus. Chiesa arrival had some firepower to slot attack, but it might not be available for the clash at Old Trafford. Alright, for the UEFA, talking about the UEFA Europa Conference League, it's going on as at the moment, talking about the draw. And we're still waiting. But for Chelsea fans, okay, Chelsea will play against Gent home. They'll play against EDM away. They'll play against Astana away. They'll play against Shamrock Rovers home. They'll play against Panathinaikos away. They'll play against Noah home. Wow, Noah. I hope they won't use the hack against Chelsea. Alright, we're still waiting for one more team to complete. To complete this fixture for Chelsea. Okay, as the draw is still being sorted, Mikel Merino is out for a few weeks at least Mikel Merino will be out for a few weeks at least with a suspected fractured shoulder. Mikel Arteta says Gabriel landed on him after a collision. Wow. Arteta confirms Merino has a shoulder injury, is going to be out for a few weeks. Injury done in his first training session. Player never signed for now. I never play for now. Don't they give him injury? Okay, will they play? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is why I have to call it a day. Talking about sport, join me again tomorrow for weekend sport tomorrow morning from 9:30 to 10:30. I remain James Oluwadro Timi Aremu. Au revoir.
Tune in for the rhythms that make you feel alive. And get ready to power up your day every day on Power 365 Radio, broadcasting from the city of Ibadan. Follow us for top-notch news and entertainment updates. Don't miss a thing. So, pick up your phone and follow us on Facebook at Power 365.